Okay, this video is going to talk about warehouse management in OnePlace. Before I go into the details or an overview of the shipping and receiving screen, I'd like to mention that part of warehouse management is using scanners to scan items in and out of stock and to count items and do inventories and so forth. I'm not going to talk about that system today. That'll be on a different video, but I would like to talk about the shipping and receiving screen. You get to it on the left menu by clicking Warehouse and then clicking on the Shipping Receiving. And this displays the shipping and receiving screen. And this screen is used by both the scanning system, the handheld scanning system, or people who don't have a scanning system. In both cases, they will use the shipping and receiving screen to see an overview of everything coming in the door or that needs to go out the door. In the door on purchase orders, in the door on transfers from other warehouses to our warehouse, to whatever the local warehouse is to the people using the screen, or out the door to transfer to another warehouse, or out the door to ship items, to dispatch items out on trucks or ship items out with third-party carriers. So this is a way of getting a big picture of everything that needs to come in and out the door. Now, you'll notice there's statuses on this screen. Well, first of all, let me go up here. This is showing the status of items coming in and out based on the warehouse that I'm in. If when a user is set up and I'm logged in as a user, I have a default warehouse assigned to me when I'm set up as a user. So when I come to this screen, it automatically selects my default warehouse and shows me the items coming and going from my warehouse. Now, if I want to quickly see what's happening in a different warehouse in our company, I can see those same sets of information from a different warehouse, but by default, it shows me the warehouse that I'm in. Also, each customer is set up with a default warehouse so that when you're trying to ship items on orders, it is trying to pull out of the warehouse that that customer is in. So when a customer is selected on an order, then that defines that warehouse for that customer for that order. So, for instance, let's hit plus, we'll hit sales order. And we will say, we'll pick a customer. And you see here that this warehouse got selected automatically. So this order is now trying to ship things from this warehouse. And so the inventory levels will try pulling out of the inventory for those items that are in this warehouse. And so that's how this one will show up. It says here new. If I go ahead and pick an item here, let's just pick one of these. So S1577 is in the status of new. So I'm in the process of taking an order right now. So we don't want the warehouse trying to ship things because I'm making changes to this order as we speak. So when I'm all done and the sales rep clicks save and submit, that will change the status to whatever I have defined as the next status. And now this 175, if I refresh this screen, it's 176 because there's one item on that order. And it's now in the to print and pick status. There it is right there. So again, this screen is showing the statuses that orders go through: sales orders or purchase orders or transfer orders. And I get to decide, you get to decide what these statuses are, what they're called, what order they're in, how it flows. And the way these get set up is when we go over here, we go to the settings, and we go to the warehouse, shipping and receiving. Looks like it was already on there. And these are the built-in statuses that are in the system. Now you can define them and call them whatever you want. And you can decide which order they will flow in just by dragging this little section right here. This defines the order they will appear. Now, active means that if it's just checked, then it will appear in this drop-down box. If this is checked, show on shipping and receiving, that will define if it will be on this screen or not. And then again, you pick the names of these statuses, and then you also define if it's going to go somewhere when that green button is clicked. In this case, it went from new to the to print and pick status, and then it goes in this case from to print and pick to picking, and from picking to dispatch. This is what I have set up. Now you can define what you think it ought to be for your company. Another thing you can define is, as it goes through these statuses, what can I continue to add items? Can the customer call back and add another item to this after it's been changed to a different status? Can they add more? Can the sales rep add more? Can they edit existing lines? Can they delete existing lines? Can they delete the entire order? You get to define what the point of no return will be for each of these 4 types of actions based on the status that they are in. So that is the high level. I'm going to create separate training videos for each of these different statuses, but in general, this is the high level that how you keep track of what needs to go out the door and what's on its way in the door, depending on which warehouse you're in. And now you understand how to make it appear in here based on the status of the order and so forth. So I'll go into more detail on follow-up training videos. I hope this has been helpful, and I do hope you have a great day.